We're coming off a good win. After watching the video, we did a lot of good things in that game. Defensively, we're playing very well. We got a lot of turnovers. Tremaine Washington had an unbelievable game. Not only the interception for a touchdown, but the tackles and all the production and how tough he played. It was really fun to watch him play. It was good to see Trayvon's interception, and I gave Burgess a bad time by getting caught from behind by the center, but it actually wasn't the center. But when we were walking in after the game, he said, I thought I was going to score. Who caught me? I said, it was the center that caught you from behind. So it actually wasn't. But so defensively, it's good to see us starting to get the consistency and playing real well. Offensively, was our best game to date. We ran the ball, we threw the ball, we were efficient. We didn't have a lot of negative plays. We did have a few penalties that hurt us, but not a lot of negative plays. One sack, which is big, and some of that was the offensive line did better and our routes were on time. But some of it was Kyle getting the ball out of his hand too and not taking a sack. So overall, we executed better than we have. And we did a good job on special teams. We were really worried about their punt returner going in, and we got great hang time, and we got good coverage, and really shut them down, which was nice to see. The wind got us a little bit in the third quarter kicking off, so we didn't get the type of field position that we normally get, but we still worked hard and did a good job on our coverage game. Still got to get better on our return game. We're not happy at all with our return game. That I'll just open it up.
What was it with the running game? Was it the line more so, or
I mean, it was everybody really. It was the line did a better job on their initial blocks and on finishing. Our running backs were hitting their tracks and not hesitating and breaking tackles. Kyle did a good job on getting us out of bad plays, and our receivers were really working hard to get blocks downfield. The effort by our receivers was very, very good.
How much does the run game change when you can go under center versus always being in shotgun?
I think it changes a lot. I've always liked the running game from under the center. I think it gives your back some advantage. It gives you some advantage of, where you want to run, to the right or to the left. And, so I think it does help a lot, and it makes it harder for the defense to key on or make calls on. A lot of people will make defensive calls based on where the running back's aligned. When you're in shotgun.
After reviewing film, how do you think Cal did?
How did I think?
Kyle.
Oh yeah, I forgot. How long you grew up here, right? Because you said call.
Yeah.
Haha. I should be able to pick that up by now, huh? I'm sorry. But no, he did good. He did good. He did a good job of executing under the center in the run game. I thought he competed extremely hard. I'm really proud of the way he stood in there and delivered the ball and got hit and was real decisive on some plays that, you have to get the ball out of your hand quick, and he did it and made plays. The touchdown that he threw to Hicatini in this end zone here, he knew there was an unblocked guy coming. He saw the matchup. We do have a check for that. I mean, he has the ability to change the play. But he had the confidence that he knew what he was going to do and made the throw for a touchdown. So, that's what's really good to see is the confidence that he displayed out there in himself and his teammates.
Is it his job to lose now for the rest of the season? Got 2 more games.
We need him to go out and play well. He's going to start this game, and he needs to go out and play well and not worry anything about any job or losing a job. He just needs to have the mindset that I'm going to keep getting better in practice, and I'm going to go out and perform and do better than I did last week.
You see a sense of the team now that they were 500, now they're above 500, the way the guys carry themselves out on the practice field, is it a little easier for them to get up to work when they're above 500 guys?
Well, it was a lot more fun yesterday in the building. You could see the guys were more relaxed in here eating dinner, and in the meetings they were very confident and had enjoyed it. We ran out and ran really well, and the guys that practiced really hard. So there's a lot of good things that go with winning and continuing to win. But what I'm most proud about this team is how they acted when we didn't win. You know, it hurt. You could tell it hurt them and it bothered them, but they stuck together and they went out on the practice field and worked hard. And those are the things that, you know, will help them when football's over with. You know, and they're going to have some things happen in life that aren't good, and they can hopefully have learned something that you just stick together, keep working hard, and good things will happen.
A little off topic, but there's been a lot of controversy the last couple of weeks about the play. Eight lateral play and last week with the Nebraska and Michigan State. What are your thoughts about the state of it and how it's getting out there?
Yeah, you know, I've always thought that the college replay was really good, that they looked at every play and they got a guy in the booth and you know, they have the ability to stop each play and review it. And I thought for the most part we were getting things right. I do agree this year's been a little more controversial. Obviously, when I look on the board and see something and think it's going to be overturned, and they look on it and say, and it's not overturned, it's hard to say, you know, how, what happened, what's the issue. You know, I remember one we were waiting on in the down here against, I think it was Boston College, where he fumbled right before he went in the end zone, and the officials were standing there waiting for him to stop the play, and then they kicked the extra point, and then you saw it on the replay and said, wow, how did we not stop the play? You know, well, what happened was that it was a fumble, but they recovered it in the end zone, so it was a touchdown anyway. So that, you know, that's the kind of, he wasn't down, he did fumble it, and they recovered it in the end zone. So sometimes we don't really know why they're making the calls or not making the calls, but I mean, overall, it seems to work out pretty good. You know, better than when we didn't have it, that's for sure.
Bobby, you have such a young team, young guys playing heroes, but what have the seniors, as you say goodbye to them in their final home game, guys like Sheldon Rankin, Jimmy Perkins, what have they meant to what you've been able to do in your team?
Yeah, I mean, those guys have done a great job here. You know, 2 years or some of them 3 years when Charlie was here and won a lot of games and set a lot of standards, and then they've been great leaders since I got here. You know, a lot of them produced and did a great job last year, and certainly they've been the leaders of the team this year. You know, it's what I always tell the seniors is this is their last home game. We need to find a way to win the game. It's up to them to prepare, and it's up to all the coaches and the underclassmen to do everything that we can do so the seniors go out with a win in their last game in Papa John's. So, but it's certainly, you know, one of those things that it's amazing how quick time flies. And nobody really believes that until this is their last game they get to play.
How difficult is that for guys who to go through a coaching change, to go from one system to another, and how did these guys navigate it?
Yeah, well, I think changes in no matter what it is something that you have to learn how to adjust to. I remember the first meeting that I had with them that I said, you know, things are going to be different here because as a coach, what you do is you can only coach what you know. And everybody's going to be different. And the better that we accept it and the better we, you know, understand that it will be different, the quicker we have to become a good team, you know. So I think it's a good lesson for everybody. I think it's you know, one of those good things. I always talk to the players about when you talk about change, you know, let's say you reach your dream, you go into the NFL, at one point or another you're going to have a coaching change there or be traded or be a free agent. So learn now how to adapt and get used to change and be positive about it, and it'll help you in the long run.
You've talked about how proud you were of them for the way they handled the 0-3 start. How concerned were you at that point that it might go the other direction and things really go downhill?
Well, it challenges your beliefs, that's for sure. And, you know, you just keep talking with myself and the coaches and, you know, people that I've relied on for a lot of advice throughout my life, and you really just need to stick to what you believe and believe in the system will work. And, you know, my dad used to always tell me, if you keep changing everything, you'll never get good, you know. So you got to be able to believe in what you believe in and keep working at it. And but it was hard. There's no question about it was hard. But we also got beat by some good teams, and we're right there. Could have went either way. A couple of the games, you look at where Clemson's at right now, and to think that we had the ball twice in our end of the field in the fourth quarter with the chance to win the game, or their end of the field in the fourth quarter with the chance to win the game. So, yeah, I mean, we had our opportunities, but it's good to be able to fight through it and now experience some success. But we got to finish strong. We got Virginia's a good football team. They're very talented. When you watch them, they're extremely talented. They got a really good running back, really good wide receiver, good offensive line. Defensively, they're big and physical. So we've got to prepare and do a great job of getting ready for this game.
Robert, when you talk about the offensive line, how much you like the blocking, when you look at the film, what did you like about how your running backs ran? You felt like they ran harder?
They really did, yeah. They really hit the hole and then got yards after contact. It was our best game of driving our legs, hitting and spinning, cutting back, and it was good to see Jeremy start us off strong. He made some really good runs in that first drive, and the one he got in the end zone, he carried, 3 yards after contact for a touchdown. That's a really nice run. I thought Brandon came in and really showed his speed. He was more decisive. We got him more holes and got him started. That's the one thing that we haven't done a good job of with Brandon this year, is getting him started, because once we can get him through the line of scrimmage, he's really quick and did a nice job of running the ball up. I was so happy to see him have success, because I know how hard it's been on him, and we haven't been able to help him until the other day.
What's the status of Jackson and Bonifant going into?
They both practiced last night. They both threw the ball around, and it's the best that Jackson looked since last Tuesday, and Reggie looks like he'll be ready to go. It's always one of those things that Saturday morning, he wanted to play, but because of the protocol, the decision was made Wednesday that he's out for the game. So, and we kind of knew, or hoped, I guess, we hoped that he would feel like that Saturday morning, because then we knew that he'd have a great chance to play this week.
Bobby, you talk about how difficult for Brandon. Talk about depth for a second, because he was a captain. He started, and he didn't until this week when you needed him to go in there. And then you have your best game maybe as an offensive line, and maybe how difficult it's been for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's really a great guy to have on your team, because since the day I got here, he walked into my office and said that, I've graduated. I wasn't planning on coming back to playing, but would you give me a chance to do it? I said, oh, heck yeah. Let's go. And then he comes out and works extremely hard, has a great attitude. He knows what he wants to do in life, so he's good for all our players. A tremendous influence and positive person off the field. And then obviously it was hard on him this year when all of a sudden he's not out there playing, but you would know it, because he kept working hard and kept playing hard and improving in practice. And as far as effort, he probably played as hard as anybody the other day. I don't know. It's one of those high ankle sprains, and he certainly couldn't have played Saturday, and he didn't work yesterday. So it's probably going to be at least another week before he's back. Yeah. Yeah, that's the hardest thing for Corbin, is he's never really been healthy. It's a shame, because he's so fast, and but he's had 2 knee injuries in a short period of time, and they basically say it takes you a while to get over 2 of them. So it's hard on him too, but he does a great job of working hard every day and helps us out on kick return. I'd like to see if we could get him started on kick return, because obviously if we can give him a crease, he has the ability to go all the way.
What do you think maybe his career could have been like if he had just been
Yeah.
never got hurt and could be that fast?
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to say. It's hard to say, but he's certainly talented.
Bobby, around here, the bowl eligibility is kind of old hat. What would it need for this group to reach that number?
Yeah, that's what we're working for is to, we want to get to a bowl, and obviously we know this is the most important game for us to get that done. We've just really tried to concentrate on one game at a time, but all the time you know what's sitting out there. But our best way to get there is to just focus and practice and get ready to beat Virginia.
Are these groups of running backs maybe more well-suited to kind of play under center or have a handoff under center and that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Out of the pistol?
I think that it's I call more runs that way. They get more touches. We have more success, getting 3 and 4 and 6-yard gains, getting better position to move the ball, and not have as many negative plays. So I think it's just the more touches, the better they're going to play. So it's easier to get more touches, I think, when we're operating the way we did the other day.
In terms of balance, obviously having a ground game like that, could you have imagined to have that kind of balance? I think it's like 36 passes, 31 runs.
Yeah, that's what you strive for, and really what I try to do is be 50% run pass on 1st and 10. That's what I really try to work at hard, try to do it, and then I just let the situations play out a little bit. Sometimes it always gets off a little bit because of 2-minute drives. Obviously, you're going to probably throw the ball as often, and that's one of the things I'm really proud of is the last 2 games, the 2-minute drives before half. Our offense has really produced and got the ball in the end zone and been real critical series for us. So we've been doing a really nice job of executing at that tempo.
What do you kind of think of Tremaine as a recruit? I guess probably been recruiting.
Yeah.
What did you kind of see out of maybe the second one? I'm not sure. What did you kind of see?
Yeah, Coach Buckley recruited him. Coach Buckley had him in camp. And from the minute that Coach Buckley got here, he talked about him and, was after me to recruit him. It was hard for me to get too excited early because I like big guys, and you always got to be careful. And it's really hard for T-Buck when I say a good big guy always beats a good little guy. It really makes him mad. He gets mad at me. I just see the smoke start coming out of his ears. But I always relate it to, Stockton never beat Magic, he never beat Michael, and he couldn't win. Now, he won a lot of games, but he couldn't win the big one. So as you're recruiting, you have your beliefs. But you always tell each coach, find someone that doesn't meet our measurements, that has the intangibles that can play here. Each guy bring me a guy that way. And Tremaine was the guy. And Tremaine was dying. He wanted to come here so bad. He's sitting in my office, and he had another scholarship, and he was, where he had to make a decision, and we offered him, and he came here. And, he's like T-Buck. He's a little guy with a big heart and thinks he's tougher than anybody else in the room. And that's why he can play. That's why he came in here and played right away as a true freshman, was because how much he believes in himself. So it's a real credit to him. He's tough, yeah. He's always been a good tackler. He's just really tough and physical and enjoys the contact.
What do you think of Virginia? The record's not great, but had Notre Dame beat.
Yeah, they're talented. When you watch them on video, you go, wow, these guys are talented. And we knew that last year. When we played them last year, they have lost a couple of their rush guys that, we really had a hard time with last year. And they've been a little bit up and down on their consistency, but we watched as an offensive coach, we watched their offense last week against Syracuse, and they have a good scheme. They got some speed. It's certainly going to be a good challenge for us. Okay, thank you.
What point of the game that it came into?
I feel like we needed that play early in the game, get that momentum, because we was down, and we needed that. That was great.
Kind of go back to that play. How did you kind of? I think that coach maybe said that you had seen that on film. Or
Yeah.
You watched film, kind of expected jump the route.
Yes, that's just watching film a lot. Right after the what game was that? The game before that, I started watching film that night. Get a head start on the receivers, so I knew what routes both of the receivers ran. So before that play, I knew it was 3rd and short, and I knew what they wanted, so I just kind of baited it up for the quarterback, and I just seen 6.
What was that like to get to the end zone? I think first time this year that you guys were running an interception back.
Felt great. I mean, one of my goals, one of my goals for this year was get 3 touchdowns. So I got 1, so I got 2 more to go.
Coach was just talking about your size and not being the biggest guy, but I just talk about having to kind of overcome that all your life.
I mean, I got a motto, heart over height. So I just have a lot of heart, not scared to get on top, because I know started from the bottom. So I just got to work hard. I just got to work extra harder, like harder than any other.
How'd you learn to pack such a punch as a tackler?
Oh, excuse me?
How'd you learn to pack such a punch as a tackler?
Oh, I mean, I had to. That's one thing I had to get better at as this year went by. I feel like before the season started, in the spring I was doing good tackling, but when the season started, I kind of missed a lot of tackles, and I just felt like I had to work on that in practice. So we worked on that a lot. Coach T-Buck tackling, tackle. That's all we did.
What's he meant for you? And I know he had you in camp, and when he got here, that's kind of how the interest came in Louisville. What's Coach Buck meant for you?
I mean, when I was committed to Akron, I was committed because of T-Buck. You know, T-Buck, he's a real good man. He's not only teaching us football, he's teaching us about life. And so T-Buck, we're pretty close. And I mean, he's a great person.
What is your height and weight?
I'm about 5'9", 183.
Was it would you say height over heart? That's your
Heart over height.
over height?
Yeah.
When did you come up with that?
When I first got to college, it's a lot of tall receivers, and you know, me being short, I got to use some of my advantages, like my quickness, and you know, I'm starting to learn more about the game that I thought I didn't know. So I'm just learning more about the game of football and using my speed and quickness to my advantage.
What Coach Buck would say about, Coach Buck is not a huge guy himself, but was one of the best cornerbacks of all time.
Yeah, he
told you about overcoming that?
Yeah, I don't know, Coach T-Buck funny. He told us, like, as he was going against some of the great receivers, he knew what routes the receivers would run before the play even started. Like before the play started, he'll look around the field, see where he at, and then just get good leverage and just make a play. Like, he's a playmaker. And so I just try to soak up all the knowledge from him and use that to my advantage, because he was a great player.
Was that an example of this last week where, you said you did the route?
Yes. Well, he just told us, just watch a lot of film. Whenever you're bored, watch film. Whenever you're not doing anything, watch film and learn your receivers, learn what they do best. So, I mean, I kind of knew that was coming. So.
Jermaine, were there guys along the way who told you you never played Division I, or you needed to set your sights lower than that?
Yeah. It was a lot of people and a lot of coaches that told me I was too small and I wanted to do good in a ACC. So that's probably why I didn't get a lot of offers from the ACC. And Coach Petrino, he said he believed in me. I told him I was a playmaker, and he seen by my high school film that I was a playmaker, and he believed in me, and he stuck with me. So, I mean, appreciate that.
When you, like early in the year, maybe teams were picking on you a little bit, did that motivate you?
Yes, I feel like every game, teams pick on me, and I feel like I just got to be consistent. I feel I haven't been consistent this year, so but it all starts in practice. So I just got to keep working hard in practice, have that same work ethic I have, and.
How do you compensate on a 50-50 ball receivers got 25 inches?
Like I said, It all starts in practice. You just work on your technique. Coach T-Buck teaching us the technique, and technique beats a lot of things. And I have speed and quickness, and I'm kind of strong, so I just make sure I have my technique, and it is what it is. Either I get them or I don't.
How big is this weekend and sending the seniors out up here with the win?
Oh yeah, this week is really big because we got a lot of seniors on this team, and I known them for a couple of years, so we kind of have like a little brotherhood. So we gonna work extra hard this week because we got to come out with a W in the last home game. So.
How have you guys stayed encouraged when you look back on 0-3? How did you individually stay encouraged and you look at how the team has responded? What really carried you through that stretch?
We never put our heads down. I mean, we started off slow. We knew we had some tough games, so we started off slow. We almost had the teams that we lost to, but things happen. So we just kept our head up. We had to practice harder. I think that's what it was. It was practice. We wasn't practicing as hard as we should. So we just had to practice harder and just stay together as a team.
Recent weeks, it seems like the defense has had kind of carry the load. How fun was it the other day to have it going on both sides of the ball?
It was really fun. That's one thing Coach P told us, just to go out there and have fun, score a lot of points, offense and defense, make a lot of plays, and just have fun out there doing it. Yes, that was my biggest offers at Louisville and Syracuse.
The other thing was just how excited do you get when you know that corner blitz is called? I guess this was the Boston College game and
Yeah.
the Sheldon returned the touchdown, right?
Yes.
You've had that a couple times.
Yeah, I love blitzing off the edge. After that sack last year as a freshman at Virginia game, I just love blitzing off the edge, and I thank Coach Grantham for letting me blitz. He's real good with play calling, so I just thank Coach Grantham for that. I love blitzing.
What do you think about seeing Sheldon pick that up and know that you kind of started that off?
Yeah, that man a beast. After seeing, watching him run with that ball in his hand, I was like, dang, this man athletic. You don't usually see that.
Virginia beat you guys last week or last year. Is there any sort of is that
Oh yeah.
with you guys for this year?
Oh yeah, we getting our revenge this week. We gonna start tomorrow. We ran yesterday, get our legs back right, but tomorrow we gonna practice real hard. I mean, we gotta beat this team. We gotta get our revenge back. Senior's last home game, so we gonna be ready. Thank you.
How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday?
How are you doing?
Doing great.
What about this weekend? Let's talk about what it was like to get a game like that for you.
First, it's just great to get the positive win, pull our season off as over a .500 team, and that was the greatest thing for us, and just everybody being out there and contributing and being happy, and everybody showing passion for the game as the game went on. And you see on film how everybody else was contributing and happy for the success of the team. So that was the biggest thing for us.
You mentioned getting over 500. How did that feel? Now you're one win away from becoming bowl eligible. How important is that?
That was the big thing that we wanted to do. We started off slow this year, and we were just waiting to turn the season around. And how the coach said, we won 5 of the last 6 games that we played, and that's one of the biggest things for us, just knowing that we are developing, and the young guys are understanding the way to be a Cardinal and win the games that we're supposed to win. So that's one of the biggest things for us, just turn the season around. And now our season's looking way better than what it started. So.
You had a really good game last year at Syracuse. Was that coming into this week? Did you kind of have some good vibes because of that maybe you could put it together again?
I feel, it gives you good vibes, but every team's different every year, so you have to just go out there and practice and work just as hard. And you don't know how the team the motions and everything's gonna be this year compared to last year. So it's a different team, just as if you play them at a bowl game, for instance, in the same year, it's going to be different as the second time you play, even if it's in this year, a year from now, because the game plan and everything is going to be different. So I felt last year it was different, but you just have to work hard just every week and prepare as a new game and new opponent.
And were you getting a little discouraged, particularly last week, didn't play against Boston College?
Well, I wouldn't say I was discouraged. I was just anxious doing to compete better, and it just gave me a drive to want to grind harder in practice. That's the biggest thing for me. It was just an extra flame, fuel to the fire. That's it. Not getting discouraged and letting myself down. That's just how you hurt your game. So just using it as a grind.
That said, how do you come out of a game like this, another 100-yard game in a while?
Yeah, it feel good. It restores some confidence, and it gives our offensive line some more confidence as well. And that's the biggest thing, just helping everybody and the guys just give them a extra boost for them that we can do this, and that's just going to help us move forward from now. So.
Petrino was talking about difficulty run plays out of the shotgun, whatever. When the quarterbacks line up over the center, what advantage does that give you?
It just helps him. I guess I wouldn't say see the field better. And it's more of a running post out, and it's just how we see. As in last year, we did a lot of under the center, and you could call. I guess I don't know the difference between how different from the quarterback standpoint, how he helped us call or signal out some, but under the center he could audible out some plays, and he'll have probably two tight ends. He could go either way he wants, and he could just read that coverage out on that field, and it'll help him better to understand like where he wants to go with the ball instead of just calling the play. He can audible out, so he's more comfortable. And Cal Bowden did very great on seeing the coverages out there and seeing when the blitzes come from. He can audible it out and go to either way he wants, and that helped the running backs in the offensive line and developing a better run game.
How's this season gone for you based on maybe what your expectations were for it coming in?
It's going slow, but it's just something I just feel I just have to work on and just come back out and grind every week to just get better and better, and just be my biggest critic on what I did wrong in the season, and just try to better up my season at the end of the season and have a better end of the season than the start, the beginning.
What do you like about having Kyle back there, quarterback? I mean, what does he give?
But I like all the quarterbacks. It's just situation and what the opportunities that they're given and the stance he have. He's under the center. He feels comfortable under center. He makes plays when he's out there. His opportunities, and all the quarterbacks don't make plays. Don't get me wrong, but I felt that he felt comfortable during this game. He studied his playbooks, and he took the coaching, and he see it very well when he got out there, and that shows. So all the quarterback playmakers, and they all whenever they listen to coaching, they're going to be very successful when they do. So you can tell that.
Brandon, what was some of those games like? Maybe like Clemson, where you get the handoff and there's three guys on you immediately. I mean, you didn't have much chance to do what you do usually. I mean, whether it was frustrating games where you didn't.
As a running back, you're not always going to have a clear hole. You just have to know how to get down, lower your pass, and try to get either back to line screen to make something that's not there, make something, and that's what good running backs do. When somebody in your face, you'll make a move and you get downfield. And that's the biggest thing for a running back like that, just to get downfield and just help your offensive line and everybody else around you, and just try to make bigger plays than what you're giving. So that's the biggest thing for a running back when it's
Brandon,
something like that.
How important is Saturday, being senior day and, a bowl on the line, with the 6th win?
Yeah, well, Coach P really pushed on us that he wants these seniors this year to come their last game in Papa John's Stadium to be a victory, and that's what everybody's been wanting to get. All the seniors, that's their last game playing and having on that Louisville jersey, they walk out of here victorious in the Papa John's Stadium and get another win on our belt and just boost our confidence and be, like you said earlier, be bowl eligible. So those are some of the things and aspects that we look forward to, and getting that next win for us, and helping our seniors walk out of Papa John's Stadium with a victory.
From your standpoint, how has the offensive line evolved as the season went on?
I feel they got more comfortable with both pass block and run block, and that helped them a lot tremendously. And you could tell through the film they knock guys out their feet, and it helps them build their confidence. And I feel it's up the hill we go now, and it's just going to be a breeze for the offensive line, and it's going to help the quarterbacks and running backs and wide, just a whole group develop as a whole offense. And now we just have to continue to go out there and grind harder, and we get better every week. And just take coaching. I feel we're going to excel is the limits, and there's no limits for us.
You feel you're the same back you were last year, your rushing average is down, but there are other factors on it.
Yeah, I feel I didn't change no aspects of my game, and I work just as hard as I do every other day. As in last year, this year, I don't feel my work ethic, anything has changed, and I feel I am the same guy. It's just just have to make better plays with my opportunities given, and that's the thing I feel is going to have to contribute to me as an individual. But I feel the team is getting back to where we should be, and people seeing the real Cardinals that was expected throughout the year.
You kind of had a reputation last year as a closer, I guess.
Yeah.
And especially at the end of the year, you started playing more and more.
Mhm.
Is that kind of what you're thinking this year too now, as you got the last month of the season?
I leave that up to that's the coach's decision on where he decided to put his players. And like I said before in previous interviews, Coach Petrino is going to put the best 11 out there where he feel he's going to win the game. That's what he wants to do. He's going to put the best 11 he feels is going to let us get the best opportunity to win our games and our best opportunities to win the games that we have. So whenever he feel that my opportunities to help him succeed and win that game, I feel that's when I'll be in there. So. And all our run backs are capable to be the closer and the opener. And I feel very comfortable with what Coach Petrino has and how he game plans for every game.
Do you personally like to be, a setback behind the guys under center? I mean, does it matter to you, or do you mind seeing?
If we get the W on the board, I'm fine with that. But I wouldn't mind being any type of back closer or the beginner. It's nothing. If you get in the ball, you're making the best opportunities at any standpoint, any time. So there's no such thing as being one coming in at any time. You're going to be in there at any moment. It's just the time of the time you've been in there. I don't feel it's no difference. So I don't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me.
Did you kind of learn last year? I think you started season maybe fourth on
Yeah.
the depth chart or something
Yeah.
like that, and ended up being the starter by the end of the year. Beat out some guys who were the pros. What do you kind of think about? Did you learn from that as this year has gone on, and you've had to share carries again?
Coming out of high school, I always share carries. So that's not nothing that's new to me. I'm known to share carries with other backs, and you just have to make the best out of your opportunities. And when you get those opportunities, is what you do with it, and it's not on who else out there playing. Is you just got to make the best opportunities, like I said. I feel that's what help a back, and just grinding hard in practice so you be prepared when your number's called when you get out there. And it's easier when you grind hard, and whenever your number's called, you just get out there and feel like it's practice, really. Just grinding hard every day. Yeah.
How many yards after contact did you have Saturday, do you know? Did they tell you?
He did mention it. I wouldn't want to say exact number because it was around 30-something of yards after catch. I'm pretty sure. I can't even remember. I can't remember the exact number. Yes, but he mentioned it in the meeting room. We had a team meeting together. But I can't remember the exact number of yesterday's stats. So.
46-yard run as long as you've had. What sticks in your mind about that point?
All 11 guys doing what they're signed to do, and that helps big plays to be signed. And our offensive line coach, Coach K, just tell everybody on the offense, do your 111, and that's exactly what happened. And big plays happen when you do your 111. So that's what helped us get those big plays. So our offense, we all depend on you doing your 111. If you do your 111, we'll have big plays every play. So it's always something that on defense, one guy could make a big play, and another guy could jot it off. But as an offense, everybody have to do that 111, and that's how it make it a team, or the more team over. I wouldn't say defense and offense is different, but on offense, you have to do your 111 for everybody to be
Anybody
on
want to
time.
single out for key block on that play?
Would I single anybody out? No, because all of them did the job. Because if one of them would have let them go, that play wouldn't have been what it was. So I can't single one guy out. But the whole offensive line, that's who I could single out. The whole offensive line did their 111, and that's what helped me be able to break off that run.
You carried it like 3 or 4 times in a row on that drive where you get kind of gassed at the end of that?
Nah, man, I work hard enough. I don't get tired. He get it to me every time. I don't get tired. That's what I tell him every day. I work too hard to get tired out there. So I'm going to go as long as they call me, I'm going to keep going. I don't care how I feel, but just like how Coach Madej said, you got to normalize discomfort, and I feel I got to that point that I could be able to do that now. So I don't feel I get tired now.
Brandon, what was your, I'm sure it was disappointing, the fumble against Boston College?
Yeah.
Were you worried that you were, not going to get another chance after that?
I wasn't worried about that. I just said I just got to go back, get my finger push-ups in, and just focus on not making that mistake again. That was a moment that really hurted me a lot, and getting in that moment that gave me my shot, and I felt like I blew. And it's just like I said, those are things that just give you fuel to your fire. It hurt at the moment, but you just say you got to keep going because you can't let that affect your game going on. That's the past, and you just have to have a short-term memory. It hurt, but just got back in practice and focused on. They came that week. They gave us footballs to hold around the complex, and I just felt that was just another challenge for me, and I felt I overcome it. That make me a better player with obstacles like that happens in the game of football. So I felt it was just me giving fuel to my fight when that happened. So. I don't do numbers. I just do it when they get so. That's what I tell my coach. He always asks me. I don't count the numbers. I just count till my fingers get sore. So that was because if you start doing numbers, you got to do it till you try to normalize discomfort, and that's what I do it to. I don't really count. Just do it till I feel it's enough. So that's the biggest thing.
Is that what you do if you fumble? Is that your penalty for yourself?
That was my first one this year, so I had to do something. So that's what I do. That's what my brother taught me. Do finger push-ups when you do mess up on, for instance, a fumble or something like that. So yeah, that's what I do, and I should do it more than just before I fumble. But that probably would never happen. But yeah, that's something I do for that occasion.
And you came back in here the next week, and you guys all carried the ball.
Yeah, they all had us walking around here with balls, and Coach Smith is coming out of nowhere, hiding, trying to pop it out and all this stuff. It was funny, but we knew the serious of it was you got to hold on to the ball if you want to win. Limit turnovers on his offense, and our defense is most definitely gonna get turnovers. So that's how you win games, win a turnover battle, and that's what they focused on for us is holding on to the football. So that was big for us. All right, thank y'all. Yeah.